second session. We are started in the first session we are discussed about the course contents, the ATLP related to the ATLP and the course web and the COPOs. So we have seen. So now we'll go into the details of the course. Yeah. So our course code is U18CE503. U18CE503. Course name is Structural Analysis. So this is the 5th semester course. So this is the unit 1. In this unit 1, we will specifically will discuss about the slope deflection method of analysis of structures. The first chapter will we're going to deal about the beams, and in the second chapter, that is unit 2, second chapter, we'll discuss about frames. So analysis of frames by using slope deflection method. So before going into the slope deflection method of analysis, so we require some specific knowledge about static indeterminacy and the kinematic indeterminacy. And we require some terminology. So what is static indeterminacy? What is kinematic indeterminacy? What is determinate structure? What is determinate structure and what is indeterminate structure? What is stable structure? What is unstable structure? What is mechanism? So those things we need to learn before going into the course curriculum. So can anyone tell me what is a stable structure? Do you know what is stable structure, students? So do you know this terminology? Static indeterminacy, kinematic indeterminacy, degree of static indeterminacy, determinate structure, indeterminate structure. Have you heard these words anywhere, students?
Yes.
Yes or no? Just
Yes.
okay. You can tell me what is determinate structure? What is determinate structure? What is determinate structure and what is indeterminate structure?
If all the equilibrium equations are satisfied within a structure, it is called a determinate structure.
Okay. So if the equilibrium equations are sufficient to on a complete analysis of the structure, for analyzing the structure completely, only static equilibrium equations are sufficient, then the structure is called statically determinate structure. So what are the equilibrium equations? Yeah. What are the equilibrium equations? So equilibrium equations are for the plane frame. Equilibrium equations are summation of forces in the x direction must be equal to 0. Summation of forces in y direction it will be equal to 0. Summation of moments at a particular joint must be equal to 0. So these are the three fundamental equilibrium equations. If the three fundamental equilibrium equations are enough to solve that particular structure or element, that structure or element is called statically determinate structure or element. Okay. So let us suppose I want to take a simply supported beam. I want to take a simply supported beam. So I'm going to ask you whether this is a statically determinate structure or indeterminate structure. Can anyone tell me whether it is a statically determinate structure or indeterminate structure? So for analyzing the structure, let us suppose I'll give load also 50 kilonewton load. So it is possible to analyze this simply supported beam by using this equation. For analyzing the simply supported beam for the given loading, these equations are sufficient or any external conditions are required or compatibility conditions are required. So what is meant by analyzing this analysis of simply supported beam for the given load? If it can be analyzed by using this equilibrium equation, then it is called statically determinate structure. So simply supported beam is a statically determinate structure. How can we are saying that? Let's note. So here the unknowns are the reactions, reactions. So unknowns are the, in simply supported beam, unknowns are the reactions. One horizontal reaction, two vertical reactions. So these, if you calculate these reactions, you we need to calculate these reactions. That is nothing but analysis. So analysis and enti calculation of horizontal reactions as well as the vertical reactions. The simply supported beam, then it is called the analysis. Okay. So by using these equations, we can able to solve. So here three unknowns is there. We have three equations. So three equations and three unknowns. So number of equations, number of unknowns must be equal to number of equations. So it is satisfied. It is related to the mathematical equation. So let us suppose ax square plus bx plus c. So here the unknown is only one unknown. Ax plus by is equal to c. Here the two unknowns. So for solving these two unknowns, we require two equations. Ikkada three unknowns unnai kabatti three equations saripothayi ante. So three equilibrium equations are sufficient to solve this simply separated beam. So this is a statically determinate structure. So simply, so we can say that we can calculate whether the statically indeterminate or determinate by using some simple formulas. M plus R minus 2j. So from this formula also we can able to calculate whether it is statically determinate structure or statically indeterminate structure. So that we can able to calculate. So the thing you need to understand is the statically determinate structure is a structure we can analyze by using static equilibrium equations alone. Only static equilibrium equations use చేసి complete structure మొత్తం complete analyze చేయగలిగితే the structure is called statically determinate structure. Statically determinate structure. What is indeterminate structure then? If the structure is not able to analyze completely by using static equilibrium equations alone. So additional compatibility equation or additional equations are required to solve to for the complete analysis of the structure. Then it is called statically indeterminate or kinematically indeterminate structure. Okay. So that is the difference between determinate structure and indeterminate structure. So determinate structure we can analyze using equilibrium equation. Sigma fx is equal to 0, sigma fy is equal to 0, and moment at a particular joint must be equal to 0. Summation of moments at particular joint equal to 0. Summation of forces in x direction equal to 0. Summation of moments, summation of forces in y direction equal to 0. By using these three equations, if you solve the structure, then it is called determinate structure. If you are not able to solve that structure by using these three equilibrium equation, then it is called indeterminate structure. Okay, right. So this is about the determinate structure and indeterminate structure. You can mute your mic, students. If you mute your mic. Yeah, we will discuss about first. Yeah. Yeah. So just now we are discussing about determinate structure and indeterminate structure. What is determinate structure? Just now we are discussing. If we solve the equation, They solve the structure by using the equilibrium equations only. Equilibrium equations కనుక యూజ్ చేసి సాల్వ్ చేసేదాన్ని మనం డిటర్మినెంట్ స్ట్రక్చర్ అనుకున్నాము. If you are along with this equilibrium equation, additional compatibility conditions or compatibility equations can use చేసి solve చేసేదాన్ని. That is called along with this equilibrium equations, fx is equal to 0, sigma fi is equal to 0, and the summation of moments at equal to 0, and theta at a equal to 0, and delta at a equal to 0, something like this. So additional compatibility equations also are also needed to complete analysis of structure. Then it is called statically indeterminate structure. So determinate structure and indeterminate structure. So there is a difference between determinate structure and indeterminate structure. So this indeterminate structures again divide into two categories. Indeterminate structures again categorized into two categories. First one is statical degree of statically indeterminate structure, kinematically indeterminate structure. So static indeterminate structure, kinematic indeterminate structure. So we need to calculate for the structure. For analyzing indeterminate structures, I hope you understood what is indeterminate structure. For analyzing indeterminate structure, we need to calculate static indeterminacy, we need to calculate kinematic indeterminacy. Static indeterminacy we need to calculate, as well as kinematic indeterminacy we need to calculate. If static indeterminacy of the structure is less as compared to kinematic indeterminacy of the structure, the static indeterminacy is less as compared to kinematic indeterminacy of the structure, then we can use force methods. If kinematic indeterminacy of the structure is less than the static indeterminacy, then we can use displacement method. Okay, I hope you understood. మీకు అర్థమైంది అనుకుంటున్నా. సో మనం ఇప్పుడు ఏం నేర్చుకున్నాము? వాట్ ఈస్ ఓకే, I'll repeat once again. Students, so students, are you got an idea about determinate structure? Feel free. So determinate structure అంటే అర్థమైందండి? What is determinate structure?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, determinate structure అంటే అర్థమైంది. Indeterminate structure అంటే అర్థమైందా?
Yes, sir.
So indeterminate structure అంటే we cannot, let us suppose I'll draw one indeterminate structure. So this is a fixed beam. So for the fixed beam, so what are the unknowns for the fixed beam? The unknowns for the fixed beam are two vertical reactions, two horizontal reaction for the given loading. I'll give one load and one moment. So external load, supplied load is 100 kilonewton, and 50 kilonewton meter is a moment. Two moments, one force and one moment is acting here. So for this, the unknowns are two vertical reactions, two horizontal reaction, and one moment reaction at one support, another moment reaction at another support. Moment at B and moment at A. So these are the 6 unknowns here. So 6 unknowns ఉన్నాయండి. But for analyzing a plane structure, we have 3 equilibrium equations is there. What are they? Sigma fx is equal to 0, sigma fy is equal to 0, summation of moments at any joint must be equal to 0. So these 3 equations is there, but we have 6 unknowns is there. So we cannot able to analyze the structure by using only this equilibrium equations. Equilibrium equations use చేసి మనము సాల్వ్ చేయలేం. వీటికి ఏం కావాలి? అడిషనల్ కంపాటబిలిటీ ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఆర్ రిక్వైర్డ్ ఫర్ కంప్లీట్ అనాలిసిస్ ఆఫ్ ది స్ట్రక్చర్. వాట్ ఆర్ ద అడిషనల్ కంపాటబిలిటీ ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఏముంటాయండి? ఫర్ ఫిక్స్డ్ సపోర్ట్ ఎట్ ఏ, డెల్టా ఏ మస్ట్ బి ఈక్వల్ టు 0. ఇక్కడ సెటిల్ అవ్వదు కదా అండి, సెటిల్మెంట్ షుడ్ బి 0, అండ్ రొటేషన్ ఎట్ ఏ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో 0. So if we use additional compatibility equations other than the equilibrium equation for complete analysis of the structure, then the structure is called ఇండిటర్మినేట్ స్ట్రక్చర్. సో డిటర్మినేట్ స్ట్రక్చర్ కి ఇండిటర్మినేట్ స్ట్రక్చర్ కి మనకు డిఫరెన్స్ అనేది అర్థమైందని అనుకుంటున్నాను నేను. ఇస్ ఇట్ క్లియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్? ద
Yes,
డిఫరెన్స్
sir.
బిట్వీన్ డిటర్మినేట్ స్ట్రక్చర్ అండ్ ఇండిటర్మినేట్ స్ట్రక్చర్. ఓకే, రైట్. సో simply supported, remember, simply supported beam is a determinate structure. Fixed beam is a indeterminate structure. Right. We'll move forward. So here, whether it is a determinate structure or indeterminate structure, it is depends upon its indeterminacy, degree of indeterminacy మీద depend అవుతుంది. Whether it is a determinate structure or indeterminate. So for this determinate structure or indeterminate structure, it is depends upon indeterminacy of the structure. Let us suppose for the simply supported beam ఉందండి. For simply supported beam, indeterminacy is 0. అంటే indeterminacy is 0. Just remember it. దీని తర్వాత నేను దాని గురించి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తా క్లియర్ గా. ఫర్ సింప్లీ సపోర్టెడ్ బీమ్ ఇండిటర్మినసీ ఈజ్ 0. అంటే మనకు దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే వీఆర్ సాల్వింగ్ దిస్ సింప్లీ సపోర్టెడ్ బీమ్ ఓన్లీ ఈక్విలిబ్రియం ఈక్వేషన్స్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని మనం సాల్వ్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో దట్ ఈస్ ఇండిటర్మినసీ ఫర్ దిస్ స్టాటిక్ ఇండిటర్మినసీ ఫర్ దిస్ సింప్లీ సపోర్టెడ్ బీమ్ ఈజ్ 0. సేమ్ ఫర్ ది ఫిక్స్డ్ బీమ్, ఫర్ ది ఫిక్స్డ్ బీమ్ ఇండిటర్మినసీ ఈజ్ 3. ఇండిటర్మినసీ ఈజ్ 3. ఎందుకంటే మనకి యాక్చువల్గా 6 అన్నోన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇక్కడ మనకి ఫర్ ఫిక్స్డ్ బీమ్ వీ హ్యావ్ 6 అన్నోన్స్, బట్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ 3 ఈక్విలిబ్రియం ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ద ఇండిటర్మినసీ ఫర్ దిస్ ఫిక్స్డ్ బీమ్ ఈజ్ 3. ఫర్ దిస్, ఇఫ్ యూ కంపేర్ సింప్లీ సపోర్టెడ్ బీమ్, ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ అన్నోన్స్ ఇన్ ద సింప్లీ సపోర్టెడ్ బీమ్, హియర్ వీ హ్యావ్ 3. వన్ రోలర్ సపోర్ట్ అండ్ వన్ హింజ్డ్ సపోర్ట్. సో హింజ్డ్ సపోర్ట్ దగ్గర 2 రియాక్షన్స్ ఉంటాయండి. రోలర్ సపోర్ట్ దగ్గర 1 హారిజాంటల్ వర్టికల్ రియాక్షన్ విల్ బి దేర్. సో నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ unknowns for the simply supported beam is 3. Number of equilibrium equations is also 3. So 3 minus 3 equal to 0. So indeterminacy for the simply supported beam is 0. Indeterminacy for fixed beam, it is 3. So we need to calculate whether it is a determinate structure or indeterminate structure. Define చేస్తున్నప్పుడు మనం what we need to do is we need to calculate the degree of indeterminacy of the structure. So degree of indeterminacy of the structure ని మనం ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి. So here the indeterminacy is 2 types. Indeterminacy is 2 types. Whether it is a statically indeterminate or kinematic indeterminate. So that means we need to calculate static indeterminacy of the structure as well as kinematic indeterminacy of the structure. So indeterminacy is 2 types. First one is static and second one is kinematic. Okay. So depending upon the static indeterminacy and kinematic indeterminacy, we're going to use suitable method of analysis. Whether depending upon static indeterminacy and kinematic indeterminacy, we're going to choose different methods. So we have different methods of analysis. So మన సిలబస్ లో ఏముందండి, స్లోప్ డిఫ్లెక్షన్ మెథడ్ ఆఫ్ అనాలిసిస్ ఉంది. మనం ఫస్ట్ చూస్తే స్లోప్ డిఫ్లెక్షన్ మెథడ్ అని ఉందండి. అదే విధంగా మూమెంట్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ మెథడ్ ఉంటుంది, కానిస్ మెథడ్ ఉంటుందండి, నెక్స్ట్ స్టిఫ్నెస్ మెథడ్స్ ఉంటాయి. So many methods is there. So depending upon suitable, so depending upon its indeterminacy, whether static indeterminacy, kinematic indeterminacy based చేసుకొని we're going to select the suitable methods. Students, is it clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Respond, students.
Yes, sir.
So indeterminacy is 2 type, static indeterminacy, kinematic indeterminacy. దీన్ని బట్టి మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే suitable method we're going to select. So in our curriculum, so for analyzing indeterminate structures, we will use different methods. For analyzing determinate structures, we can able to solve. By using equilibrium equations, we can able to solve. We can able to analyze. Okay, we can able to analyze simply by using the equilibrium equations. We can complete analyze. We can able to analyze completely indeterminate structure, but it is not possible to analyze completely by for indeterminate structure. ఈ ఇండిటర్మినేట్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ని అనలైజ్ చేయాలంటే మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే డిఫరెంట్ మెథడ్స్ ఫాలో అవుతాం. స్లోప్ డిఫ్లెక్షన్ మెథడ్ యూజ్ చేస్తాము, మూమెంట్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ మెథడ్ ఫాలో అవుతాము, కానిస్ మెథడ్ ఫాలో అవుతాము. వి హావ్ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ డిఫరెంట్ మెథడ్స్ వి హావ్. ఐల్ షో యూ ది లిస్ట్. మూమెంట్ కోఎఫిషియంట్ డిఫార్మేషన్ మెథడ్, theorem of least work, column analogy method, flexibility matrix method, slope deflection method, moment distribution method, Carney's method, stiffness matrix method. So we have different list of methods. So by using these methods, we can able to analyze statically indeterminate structure. So statically indeterminate structure solve చేయాలంటే analyze చేయాలంటే we can use any of these methods, any one of these methods. So ఈ మెథడ్ లో ఏదో ఒక మెథడ్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని మనం సాల్వ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. We can analyze the structure, but the complexity of the problem is different from one method to another method. ఏ మెథడ్ యూజ్ చేసుకున్నా మనం సాల్వ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. మనం స్టాటికల్లీ ఇండిటర్మినేట్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ని ఈ మెథడ్స్ లో ఏదైనా ఒక మెథడ్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని మనం సాల్వ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. బట్ ద థింగ్ ఈస్ కాంప్లెక్సిటీ ఆఫ్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈస్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ మెథడ్ టు అనదర్ మెథడ్. సో మరి ఏ మెథడ్ మనం ఎట్లా సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్ ఇండిటర్మినసీ ఆఫ్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్. ఏ మెథడ్ ని ఫాలో కావాలనేది దీని మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది. అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్ ది నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ డిగ్రీ ఆఫ్ ఇండిటర్మినసీ ఆఫ్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్. ఇఫ్ static indeterminacy is less as compared to kinematic indeterminacy. Kinematic అంటే ఏంటంటే displace, it is related to the displacements. Static అంటే it is related to the forces. ఒకవేళ static indeterminacy కనుక తక్కువ ఉంటే we will use force method. If the kinematic indeterminacy is less, we will use displacement methods. Kinematic indeterminacy తక్కువ ఉంటే we'll use displacement methods. Static indeterminacy తక్కువ ఉంటే we'll use force method. So we'll see what are the force methods and what are the displacement methods. So force method here, method of consistent deformation, theorem of least work, column analysis method, flexibility matrix method. So if static indeterminacy కనుక తక్కువ ఉంటే we will use these methods. If the kinematic indeterminacy is less as compared to static indeterminacy, then we will use these methods. If both are same, static indeterminacy, kinematic indeterminacy same అని అనుకోండి, you can use ఈ 6 methods లో 8 methods లో ఏ మెథడ్ అని యూజ్ చేసుకొని you can analyze the structure. Okay, right. I hope you understood. Students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One student from girls side, you can respond. Is it clear for you, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So if you have any doubt or anything, you can immediately ask. Okay. So students, I'm recording this video and I'll going to post this video in the YouTube. I'll share this link in your course web. You can once again you can go through it. If you have any doubts, you can even contact us. Okay. Right. So first we will discuss about. So we have two types of indeterminacies. First one is kinematic indeterminacy, static indeterminacy. So first, so our method is in our unit, in our curriculum. First unit is slope deflection method. So slope deflection method is related to kinematic indeterminacy. We will discuss about the kinematic indeterminacy first. After that, we're going to see the static indeterminacy also. So kinematic indeterminacy is nothing but it is related to the displacements. Kinematic indeterminacy is nothing but it is related to the displacements. So here the degree of freedom, this is also called degree of freedom. Kinematic indeterminacy is also called the degree of freedom. So whatever I am explaining here, the static indeterminacy and kinematic indeterminacy calculations, those are very, very important for your competitive examinations. So try to focus on this static indeterminacy calculation and kinematic indeterminacy calculations. Very, very, very important for your competitive examination. Students, you need to focus on these two. So if you compulsory 1 or 2 questions in the gate examination. So gate examination లో మెయిన్ గా ఫోకస్ స్ట్రక్చర్ అనాలిసిస్ లో మెయిన్ గా ఫోకస్ చేసేది ఏంటంటే స్టాటిక్ ఇండెటర్మిసీ అండ్ కైనమాటిక్ ఇండెటర్మిసీ. గేట్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఆర్ ఐఎస్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్స్. సో కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్స్ లో వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో ట్రై టు ఫోకస్. సో I'll going to explain more number of problems in your tutorial class. So I'll going to solve one or two problems here, but I'll going to solve more number of questions in the tutorial session. So try to focus on this kinematic indeterminacy and static indeterminacy, right? So kinematic indeterminacy is also called the degree of freedom. Degree of freedom is also called kinematic indeterminacy. So what is kinematic indeterminacy or degree of freedom ante enti? It is the number of independent component of joint displacements. Number of independent components of the joint displacement is called the kinematic indeterminacy. Kinematic indeterminacy is nothing but number of joint displacements. So number of joint displacements is called nothing but, let us suppose ఒక జాయింట్ ఉందండి. జాయింట్ దగ్గర ఎన్ని డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, దట్ నెంబర్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇట్స్ కైనమాటిక్ ఇండెటర్మిసీ. నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ జాయింట్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ జాయింట్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్స్. Independent joint displacements is nothing but our kinematic indeterminacy or degree of freedom. So displacements ante entandi. So displacements is nothing but independent rotations and deflections. Rotation and deflection. Delta and theta. Independent rotations. Rotation on theta antam. This is also called dy by dx. This is also called y. So displacement is called deflection and rotation. So number of independent joint displacements is nothing but our kinematic indeterminacy or degree of freedom of the structure. Students, ఎన్ని నెంబర్ ఉన్నాయి మనం కౌంట్ చేసుకోవాలి. టీటాలు ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి, టీటాలు ఎన్ని అన్నోన్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ. టీటాలు ఇక్కడ లెట్ సపోజ్ ఫిక్స్డ్ సపోర్ట్ ఉందండి. ఫర్ ఫిక్స్డ్ సపోర్ట్ కెన్ ఎనీవన్ టెల్ మీ రొటేషన్, లెట్ సపోజ్ దిస్ ఇస్ సపోర్ట్ ఏ అనుకుంటున్నా. ఫర్ ఫిక్స్డ్ సపోర్ట్ how many unknown rotations and unknown displacements will be there for fixed support? Students, you can respond. For the fixed support, how many unknown rotations and displacements will be there?
3, sir.
For the fixed students, is it 3? Wrong. Unknown reactions is 3. Students, unknown reactions is 3. But what I am asking, unknown displacements. Here I am telling you unknown displacements. Very good, very good. 0. So unknown reaction. So మనము మెకానిక్స్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్స్ కానీ స్ట్రెంత్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్ మన ఏంటది ఇంజనీరింగ్ మెకానిక్స్ లో మనం ఏం నేర్చుకున్నాము, రియాక్షన్స్ గురించి నేర్చుకున్నామండి. వర్టికల్ రియాక్షన్, హారిజాంటల్ రియాక్షన్, మూమెంట్ రియాక్షన్ at A. Let us suppose this is A. Then the unknown reactions is 3. So that is static indeterminacy. Static indeterminacy will be number of unknowns minus equilibrium equations is nothing but static indeterminacy. So that is number of unknowns for the fixed support is 3. So number of displacements for this fixed support ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఏముండే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుందండి, ఏ కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ రొటేషన్ వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది టీటా ఏ. ఇదే కిందికి వెళ్ళే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది, పక్కకి వెళ్ళే డెల్టా ఎక్స్ ఉంటుందండి, డెల్టా వై ఉంటుందండి. సో టీటా ఏ ఉండొచ్చు, డెల్టా ఎక్స్ ఉండే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది, డెల్టా వై ఉంటుంది. బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అ ఫిక్స్డ్, ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ settle. So delta x is equal to 0, delta y equal to 0. It will not rotate anyhow. So the deformed shape of for the fixed support, the deformed shape of the beam will be something like this. So it will deformed shape is something like this. So here the rotation is also 0 at a fixed end. So theta a is equal to 0 and delta x is equal to 0, delta y is also 0. So total it is, so kinematic indeterminacy for the fixed support is 0. Okay. So but unknown reactions is 3, unknown reactions is 3, unknown displacements is 0. Unknown reactions is 3 and unknown displacements is 0. Students, is it clear for you, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. We'll move forward then. So similarly, I'll show you some different supports for fixed support. Just now we have seen for the fixed support, degree of freedom is 0. So DOF is nothing but degree of freedom. So degree of freedom is 0. That is theta A is equal to 0. The delta is also 0. So for the fixed support is 0. Next, coming to pinned support. So let us suppose I'll show you pinned support. So deformed shape of the, let us suppose I'll take a simply supported beam. For the pinned support, here this is pinned support and this is the roller support. So deformed shape of the structure is this is the deformed shape. Here theta will be there. Here is also theta will be there. Here it may displace in x direction. Displace in x direction. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఇట్లా హారిజాంటల్ గా మూవ్ అవడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది, రోలర్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ హారిజాంటల్ మూవ్ అవ్వదు, డిస్ప్లేస్ అవ్వదు, వర్టికల్ కూడా displace అవ్వదు, but only rotation is possible for the hinged support. For the hinged support, rotation may takes place, but roller support, a member may rotate and the support may try to move away from its original position. So for hinged support, one rotation will be there. So theta A will be there. Theta A unknown. Delta A is 0. ఎందుకంటే సెటిల్ అవ్వట్లేదు కాబట్టి displacement is 0. Rotation will be there for the hinged support. If you take roller support, so this is roller support. For the roller support, theta B is unknown and the displacement in x direction is unknown. Displacement in y direction is 0. Y direction లో displacement ఉండదండి, this is 0. And x direction లో displacement will be there, that is unknown. And rotation is also unknown. We don't know the rotation at B, so that is also unknown. So number of independent unknown displacements is 2. Number of independent displacement at for the roller support it is 2. So one rotation, one displacement. Students, you got this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Next, for so this type of support, vertical shear release support. So loads will act on this. So whatever the load applied load will transfer like this. So there will be not deformation for this member. So deformation ఉండదు కాబట్టి theta will be equal to 0. Only delta y will be there. So delta y will be unknown. So for the vertical shear release support, the unknown is 1. For horizontal release support, so this is the horizontal shear release support. So this only translation will be there, movement will not be there. So theta is equal to 0. So delta x will be there. So delta x is the only unknown. చూడండి ఈ టైప్ ఆఫ్ సపోర్ట్ కి చాలా డిఫరెన్స్ ఉందని. So this is the roller support and this will be the shear release support. This is also roller, but this is called shear release support. So these are the two different supports. Okay, make a note of this. Okay, so for the supports, different supports, the unknown displacements or degree of freedom is we are seeing. So for fixed support 0, for hinged support 1. మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, మీరు ట్రై టు రిమెంబర్, మీకు ఇది అర్థమైనా అర్థం కాకపోయినా గుర్తుపెట్టుకొని ట్రై చేయండి. ఫర్ ఫిక్స్డ్ సపోర్ట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ 0, ఫర్ హింజ్డ్ సపోర్ట్ ఇస్ 1, ఫర్ రోలర్ సపోర్ట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ 2. ఓకే, ఫర్ వర్టికల్ షియర్ it is 1, For horizontal shear, it is 1. Degree of freedom is 1. Okay. Next, for different joints. So now we are seeing the supports. We'll see joints. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between joint and support? So let us suppose I'll show you one simple structure. So this is A and this is B and this is C. So A, B are called the support, C will be the joint. Friends, are you getting my point or not? So C is a support. Sorry, C is a joint. A and B are the support. So load is transferring from the supports to column or something. But whatever the load coming onto the joint has to transfer to the support. So ఇక్కడ చూడండి joint, this is the joint and these are the two supports. So hinged support, roller support, this is the joint. So for the joint, so for this joint also there will be a joint displacements will be there. So that joint displacements we need to calculate. So we need to calculate number of independent joint displacement. That is also degree of freedom. That is also we need to calculate. So for the roller hinged support, the displacement will be 1. Degree DOF is equal to 1. For roller support, it is 2. For this, that we need to calculate. Okay. So we'll see how we're going to calculate for the typical joints. For this type of joint, so 3 members are meeting here. 3 members are meeting. So let us suppose here 3 members are meeting. So this is a fixed joint. Let us suppose fixed joint under that is a rotation is displacement is as a whole it will displace, as a whole it will rotate. అంటే ఒక member rotate చేస్తే automatic అన్ని members లో కూడా same amount of rotation will be there. Okay. So for this type of joint, let us suppose it is a rigid joint. This is called a rigid joint. For the rigid joint, the DOF will be equal to 3. For the rigid joint, degree of freedom is equal to 3. We will see. So anyhow, for the rigid joint, theta for the 3 individual members is same. Whatever the theta will going to apply for the rigid joint, the same amount of rotation will also take place. So I'll draw the displaced shape of the structure joint. So this is let us theta C, theta B, and theta A. For this rigid joint, theta A, theta B, theta C is same. So the number of unknown rotational components, unknown rotational components is only one, that is theta. This type of only rotation ఒకటే ఉంటదండి, unknowns ఒకటే ఉంటది కాబట్టి this is 1. And delta x will be there and delta y will be also there. So delta x ఉంటదండి, delta y ఉంటుంది. So number of unknowns for the rigid joint is 3. Theta is same for all the members. So unknown is only theta, delta x and delta y. So total number of degree of freedom for this type typical joint is 3. Next, one hinge provided at one member. ఒక్క మెంబర్ కి మాత్రమే హింజ్ ఉందండి, ఇక్కడ మాత్రమే హింజ్ ఉంది. ఈ 2 మెంబర్స్ కి హింజ్ తో సంబంధం లేదు, కనెక్షన్ లేదు. సో ఫర్ దట్ ఈ 2 మెంబర్స్ కి ఒక రొటేషన్ ఉంటది, ఈ మెంబర్ కి ఇంకో రొటేషన్ ఉంటది. సో theta A equal to theta B and is not equal to theta C. So unknowns rotations is theta A and theta C. రెండు unknown rotations ఉన్నాయండి. Displacements as usual, delta x, delta y. Okay. So 2 number of rotations. Theta A, let us suppose this is, I'll show you here. Students, are you getting my point or not? అర్థమవుతుందా అండి?
Yes, sir.
ప్రాబ్లం చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఈజీ ప్రాబ్లం ఏం లేదు, మీకు అంటే మన క్వశ్చన్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు మీకు అర్థమైపోతుంది. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఇంట్రడక్టరీ క్లాస్.
Right, I'll show you one simple figure for you. So here hinge will be there. Let us suppose this is a joint is A and this is B and this is C and this is D. This is theta AC for this member. For this, here theta will be there, that is theta AB. For this, theta will be there, that is theta AD. If you observe, so this is only one member, single member. ఈ member మనం rotate చేస్తే automatically ఈ member కూడా rotate అవుతుందండి. That means the rotation for the AC member and AD member is same. So theta AD AC will be equal to theta AD, but so this is the individual member. Here it is hinge will be there. Hinge will not allow the same amount of rotation for this member also. So it is not equal to theta AB for this member. Now the number of unknowns rotations is theta AC and theta AB. రెండు సేమ్ కాబట్టి ఇది అనుకుంటే ఆటోమేటిక్ ఇది కూడా అనుకున్నట్టే కదా. సో theta AC and theta AB. So number of unknown rotations is 2. Unknown displacements x direction లో డిస్ప్లేస్ అవ్వచ్చు, y direction లో డిస్ప్లేస్ అవ్వచ్చు కాబట్టి డెల్టా x and delta y. So total number of unknown displacements is 2 rotations and 2 displacement or translations. So total number of DOF for this type of hinge is 4. Similarly for this hinge, ఈ hinge ని కూడా నేను explain చేస్తాను. I'll explain here this type of hinge also. Right. So 3 individual members, they are meeting at a hinged joint. If you rotate this member, let us suppose, if you rotate one member, correct member ని rotate చేస్తాం, ఇది A, ఇది B, ఇది C, ఇది D. ఒక AD member ని rotate చేస్తున్నా ఈ direction లో. BC AB member, BC AC member rotate అవ్వండి, ఎందుకంటే this is a individual member. Here hinge will be there. Okay. So theta AD is different. If you apply moment here for this all, theta AD is different, theta AC is different, theta AB is also different. They are not equal. So the number of unknown rotations for this type of joint is 3 rotations and 2 displacement. So total here unknown displacements is 5. 5 number of displacement will be there. Okay, so this type of one is delta x, delta y, 3 rotation, theta AC, theta AB, theta AD. So 3 rotations and 2 translations. So for this type of joint, so these are the unknown displacements. So this type of link, so this is called a link. For this type of link, so 2 horizontal delta x for this member, delta x for this member. రెండు individual members అండి, రెండు కనెక్ట్ అవ్వలేదు. Individual displacements will be there in x direction. ఈ x direction లో రెండు displacements ఉంటాయి ఈ పర్టికులర్ లింక్ కి. y direction లో ఒక displacement ఉంటుంది. One rotation will be there. So theta as a joint ఒకటి ఉంటుందండి. Delta x here for this member, delta x for this member, and delta y for this member. So total number is 4 number of unknown displacements. So 2 numbers of delta x, 1 delta y, and 1 rotation at the internal link. So for this type of link, ఈ రెండు ఇండివిజువల్ ఉన్నాయండి. రెండు వర్టికల్ డెల్టా వైలు ఉంటాయి. Displacement 2 delta y. For this member is 1 delta y. For this member is 1 delta y. 1 horizontal displacement, 1 rotation will be there. So total it is 4 number. సో ఇవి కొన్ని కాంప్లెక్స్ అండి. ఇట్లాంటి ఏంటంటే కొన్ని కాంప్లెక్స్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అడుగుతారండి. లైక్ ఐఏఎస్ గేట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ లో ఇట్లాంటి కాంప్లెక్సిటీ ఇస్తాడండి. సో దే మే ఆస్క్ ఇట్లాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు 2 మార్క్స్ అడుగుతా ఉంటాడు. ఓకే, రైట్. సో we can able to solve the given problem by this method, or we can able to calculate from this formula. So formulatic calculation of kinematic indeterminacy is dk is equal to 3j minus r. This is the formula for rigid jointed structures considering axial strains also. So let us suppose, what is axial strain? Can anyone tell me? Students, just to calculate the degree of freedom for this given structure. Students, calculate and tell me. For simply supported beam, what is the DOF? Students, you can tell me. Calculate and tell me. So this is a roller support, this is a roller support, and this is a hinged support. For hinged support, just check it here. I'll give you hint also. For roller support, DOF is 2. For hinged support, DOF is 1. Now tell me. What is the total DOF for the given structure? Students, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Just tell me, what is the total DOF for this given structure?
3, sir.
Very good, very good, very good. 3. So for this is 1 and this is 2. So DOF for this given structure is 3. So by using formula also we can, by using this formulation also we can able to calculate. So dk is equal to 3j minus r. So number of joints is 2, r is 3. 6 minus 3, it is 3. So we can able to calculate this also. But here, what is axial strains? By considering axial strains anadu. What is meant by axial strains? Axial strain ante entante, so along with this deformation, this member may also elongate or contract because of the deformation of the supports. If you are considering the axial strains also, then this is the formula. If you are neglecting the axial strain, what is axial strain? Delta is equal to PL/A. How to calculate strain? Change in length by,
Delta to PL by A is a formula.
so delta L PL/A. What is strain? ఇదే కదా.
Change in length by original length.
Okay, so this P by A is the axial strain. So axial strains antunam. So neglecting axial strain. So if you consider the axial strain, then degree of kinematic indeterminacy is 3. If you are considering axial strain, degree of kinematic indeterminacy is 3. If you are neglecting axial strains neglect చేయాలంటే ఏంది? P by A neglect చేయాలి. So P by A depends upon what factor? P by A depends upon the number of members. ఇప్పుడు ఎన్ని నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ మెంబర్స్ ఉంటే అన్ని P by A వాల్యూస్ వస్తాయి. కాబట్టి what we need to do? We need to deduct number of members from this equation. So final equation, if you neglect the axial strains, so degree of kinematic indeterminacy will be So degree of kinematic indeterminacy will be, I'll write here. If you are neglecting axial strains, then the degree of kinematic indeterminacy will be dk is equal to 3j minus r minus m. So this is the formula. 3j minus r అనేది మామూలుగా మనం నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ మెంబర్స్ కూడా డిడక్ట్ చేసుకుంటే మనకు వచ్చేసి if you are neglecting axial strain, so this is the, so sometimes he may ask if you are neglecting axial strains, then what is the degree of kinematic indeterminacy అంటాడు. In that situation we need to use this formula. If you are considering axial strains also అని అనుకోండి, then you need to use only up to this portion. when number of members మనం డిడక్ట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. So try to remember this thing, students. ఓకేనా? ఈ ఫార్ములా నుంచి మనం నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ మెంబర్స్ కూడా తీసేస్తే విల్ గోయింగ్ టు నెగ్లెక్టింగ్ ది యాక్సియల్ స్ట్రెయిన్స్. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే జస్ట్ మైనస్ కామన్ తీసుకున్నాడు కాబట్టి m ప్లస్ r అని వచ్చింది. ఇక్కడ జస్ట్ టేక్ మైనస్ కామన్ అండ్ జస్ట్ ఆటోమేటికల్లీ ప్లస్ వచ్చేస్తుంది ఫార్ములా 3j minus m plus r. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ఫర్ ప్లేన్ మెంబర్స్. For space frames 6j minus r. If you are neglecting axial strains, then 6j minus m plus r. Students, formulas okay na? Is it okay for you? Remember, this is very very important for your competitive examinations. మీకు AEE, AE, డిప్యూటీ సర్వేర్ ఇట్లాంటి ఎగ్జామ్స్ లో కంపల్సరీ ఉంటాయండి. 1 or 2 questions compulsory. Students, try to focus on these formulas. Very simple. Try to focus on this. Up to now, is there any doubt, students?
No, sir.
Yeah, students. Okay, right. So this is related to the introduction to the kinematic indeterminacy of the structure. So we will going to solve few of the problems in the next class. After that, we will going to see the degree of static indeterminacy also. The degree of static indeterminacy and kinematic indeterminacy very very important for your competitive examinations and for your interview purpose also. He may ask what is determinate structure, what is indeterminate structure. Okay. Right, I'm just stopping the session. I'm stop recording the session. I'm going to stop recording the session.